Welcome back. You're live with Expresso on SABC3 on this Tuesday morning. As you can see, I'm bouncing off the walls this morning, incredibly excited. I've got one of my rugby icons, certainly one of South Africa's favourite sons, here in studio this morning. He is going to help us come to terms with his life story, which is something I would imagine that he has really had to focus on over the last few years. Undoubtedly one of South Africa's greatest ever rugby players, and in my mind, the greatest scrum half to have ever played the game. Joost Van Der Westhuizen joins us in studio today. Joost, I'm going to shake your hand once again. Thank you so much for coming through.
Pleasure.
Joost, there is so much that I would love to ask you about and so much I'd love to discuss with you, and I think the most important thing would be to come back to the here and now. How are you, sir? How are you feeling today?
It's going well. Sorry about my speech. I didn't have champagne breakfast.
Not like the rest of us, yeah.
That's how I speak, but it's going well. Thank you.
What is the hardest part of your day? What has been the most difficult part on a practical level to come to terms with? What is the most challenging part of your day for you?
Yeah, with Martin, you adapt every month. My speech is more difficult, being mobile, because of being a sportsman, and being a dad. With 2 young kids, you want to play with them, and that's a difficult part.
How do you keep your mind where it is now? When you came into studio this morning, I noticed you've got a lot of support around you. You've obviously got people now that you rely on quite heavily. But so much of this battle is going on inside your head. How do you keep yourself in this, clearly a very calm state? How have you been able to achieve that?
It's a life choice. Either you sit around and feel sorry for yourself that you're right, or you pick yourself up. You're still alive. You adapt. I have amazing friends and family, and you still find a goal in life, and my goal is my kids.
How important was it having the kind of career that you've had now? If you think of all of the challenges that you've had to overcome, all of those incredibly big moments that you've been a part of, how important has it been having that strength of character, having that strength in your mind already there to face this new challenge?
Yeah, I've been blessed. Through rugby, I learned when it's going tough, you build character. When it's going well, you use the character. So I've always been a fighter. I call myself a bad loser.
No, that's a South African condition, don't worry.
So that's the easy part. My rugby career is helping me in my life now.
How much time do you spend these days reminiscing over those years and playing rugby? Have you had an opportunity now to really soak up your career, or is your focus on other things? How much does rugby cross your mind?
I have a lot of alone time, but I'm the type of person, the past is a past. I live for the future. So whatever I do, I focus on the positive.
How long did it take you to adjust your mind? Obviously the shock of receiving that information in 2011 must have absolutely floored you, and during quite a controversial time in your life as well. So you've been hit by these left-right combinations. How long did it take you to get your head back into the game and say, okay, it's time for me to pick myself up and do something?
Yeah, whatever you do, there's always a stage of emotion. I must say it took me nearly a year to go through all the phases, acceptance and self-forgiving. That was a difficult...
That's a tough one for anyone, yeah.
But you know what? It's a choice in life. Either you do it or you don't.
Joost, it is incredible having you here this morning. I've no doubt we're going to get some massive life lessons today. We're also going to get some inside stories, see what you like to cook on the braai, see how handy you are in the kitchen. We're going to give our viewers a chance to get to know you today and also catch up on what your life has been like for the last couple of years. I cannot tell you what an honor it is to have you in studio today, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Really has been a fantastic start to our Tuesday morning here on Expresso, catching up with Joost Van Der Westhuizen, and we're going to get him in the kitchen just now, cook some chops. We can't quite get the braai going this morning, but we'll imagine it. We've got Chef Chart in the kitchen here this morning already to help us with a delicious meal by the looks of things, and we'll continue with a very inspiring show in just a sec.